Well, hello there, guys. Graviteam here, and I know you guys have been asking for a campaign here, a German campaign, for quite a long time. So we're going to try to attempt the campaign of Saur Mogilitsky. I hope you guys will be supportive, of course, and make sure, since we're not going to be, following this campaign up consistently, or I should say, we're not going to be making a lot of regular battles for quite a long time here, because we're going to be focused on this campaign to show every single episode that you can as much love as possible. Obviously, this takes a lot out of us in the sense that basically this is going to mean that a lot of the battles that I put up aren't going to be custom battles anymore. They're going to be campaign battles. So you've got to make sure to support as best you can. I'm going to go ahead and end here and hope for the best for my men, of course. We're moving a lot of guys out of the main operational zone near Mogilitsky. This is 1943, so it's getting into the position, August of 1943, where the Russians are starting to turn the tide slowly but surely. So let's hope we do an okay job here. I'm going to end the turn, of course, and see who's going to get attacked first. It looks like we got some reinforcements here, but we're going to be defending this area to begin with our first battle. Let's hope we do a good job, guys, and let's jump into the fight. Okay, so I wanted you guys to be part of this deployment, of course. This is going to be a pretty serious deployment. We've got some actual allies over here that should be able to help us, but I think the first thing we're going to do is put all of these other guys over here on the front. Some of them maybe we could put in these woods. Probably not a bad idea, so I'm going to grab a bunch of the infantry units and put them in the woods over here to defend. Of course, we've got our allies back here. We've also got some infantry units over here, and we've got a huge group of Marder tanks waiting for the German attack, the Soviet attack. Got to learn my friends and foes over here. So I'm actually going to take a few of these Martyrs and move them to this part of the battlefield. I think that's probably not a bad idea, just to sort of watch for the possibility of any Soviet attacks coming through this way. And of course, like many other of our Graviteam Tactics videos, we're going to go ahead and end the turn and throw it over to the enemy and see what they've got. I also want to put that AT gun as close as we can. It's kind of covered by the woods, and I don't like that. So I might bring that AT gun, despite it being away from its commander, and put it somewhere over here where it can at least get some shots off if the Soviets start attacking in force. But let's get to the battle, guys. You know how this works. We'll get started, and we'll get back when the action begins. So far, initial orders are just to hold fast. I like that these guys are kind of in a nice little trench position here. It looks like that's a pretty tiny little gun, but I'm pretty sure it can do some serious damage to the enemy. And of course, we will return when and if the Soviets start their attack. Wish us luck, boys. Okay, first enemy contacts have been spotted. It looks like they're actually coming out of this tree line over here. Right now, you can see our artillery blasting away at that area. We've also got a number of tanks here just preparing for a defense. I'm going to move this fellow forward. He is, of course, the leader of this particular group of tanks. I'm hoping, though, that he doesn't just get plastered. And I'm also going to put Lasser forward because he's kind of aimed in the wrong direction. Now, so far, all I see are infantry units over there. I'm also hoping that these Martyrs have some anti-infantry capabilities. From you guys, my subscribers, I've learned that the Stug actually does have some anti-infantry capabilities. So I'm hoping that they can hold off this starting attack. But I want to see if the enemy is going to send some tanks at us. And look at that. The Martyr's doing great. Firing at the Soviet infantry over there in the distance. Getting some pretty beautiful shots here. And the one thing I worry about with the Martyr, of course, is the fact that there is no back defenses. So if the enemy starts dropping arty on us or gets behind us with infantry, they could very quickly wipe out this poor Martyr unit. But for now, she's doing a beautiful job. I see that that enemy in the distance. Somebody's corrected me. It's not a Commissar. The Commissar is apparently ended in 1942. So I'm just going to call it a Soviet commander for now. But right now, our massive shelling is doing a lot of damage there to the enemy. And I think it's mostly shells coming from these tanks that are putting all the damage down range. But let's see what else the Soviets have up their sleeve. I'm actually tempted to grab that other line of men we had in between. Where are they? I think we may have put them on the front lines, actually. Guys like Siedler and Speiser. But I think we're actually going to keep them here for now and just hope for the best. I don't think this is all the Soviets have, and from those flares over there, I can almost be certain that they have some more troops close by. So I'm actually going to move Schindler over here. And of course, since this is a campaign, you can remember some of these guys if they manage to survive the battles, of course. And later on in the future, see if they win any medals, if they win any accolades, anything like that. But we're going to move forward towards the enemy and see if we can spot anything. Those flares are basically a dead giveaway that there's something over there. But we're also exposing the side of this Stug, and he could get taken out very, very easily by any sort of anti-tank gun or enemy tank, of course. And remember, this is 1943. The Soviets definitely have some better armaments than they do earlier in the war. We could have started with Operation Blue, but I figured, nah, we've been in this game long enough. We can go ahead and go for the tougher mission, the tougher campaign, and I hope we didn't make a mistake. So we got some more enemy contact, apparently. What's this? Oh, I did not see. Oh, yeah, we definitely have some enemies there. Our men are already firing at them. They're not popping up on the actual flag screen, which is a little concerning to me. Not too much, though, because they might have just been spotted. And you can see with all the pockmarks in this region, I mean, this area has seen combat before, and there we go. That's what Schindler spotted, a group of enemies over there, a lot of infantry units. We're going to have Schindler try to start firing at them, of course, and basically work down the Soviet groupings in this area if we can. I think I'm actually going to stop him right here. He's got some bush cover. It's not going to provide him much, but maybe it'll lower visibility to any enemies over there on the right side. And look at that. We're already getting shot at. Our men are returning fire at the infantry, and Schindler is already opening fire at that position. Absolutely awesome. A bunch of Soviets off there in the distance, guys, and the campaign has begun. Of course, our job is to defend Staromogolitsky. We're not necessarily supposed to attack, but we might have to do some counterattacks to get, obviously, some victories here. So we're going to do our absolute best. Come on, Schindler. Send them all to hell. We can do this. Boom. I love seeing those explosions. Definitely shows that our men have spotted this area. Schindler's being a little more cautious with his shots. I don't blame him either, and he's definitely dropped some smoke here. I'm not sure if... That's not damage. We can tell just by looking at him. But it could just be smoke to try and avoid any shots over here from the right side. I hope it's not enemy units dropping that smoke, enemy infantry. That would be pretty terrifying. Nonetheless, we're going to move back a little bit. Take a look over here. We definitely see those hits going in. And continuing, and look at that. That's artillery for sure. That is definitely our artillery wiping out some of the enemy positions over here. I don't see a lot going on there, but the commander knows best. So let's keep it up. You know, it looks like Siedler's already getting some great kills. Already killed one of the Soviets. A commander is killed. What the hell? Let's see what happened here. Is that possible? Binder. Whoa. I don't know how he got killed. Maybe some artillery. But I think we got to send Uhl back. Because what if the enemies flanked us? I mean, I think that's pretty unlikely, but I'm going to go ahead and move back here just to make sure. Probably just a lucky shot there by the enemy. Let's take Pister, and Pister is going to move forward as well here. I believe that Pister is just a, yep, sure enough, just a good old, God, I just said the name, how could I forget? A good old martyr unit. So we're going to go ahead and move forward with him. He might not be too apt to move forward. I hope I didn't bring the wrong commander here, but I think Gantner is his commander. So let me go ahead and move forward with Pitzer. Like I said, he should be following my orders. There we go. I knew that something was up there. And there we go. Tremendous amounts of gunfire over there. We'll actually take a quick look at the Soviet line. There's probably many more than we're seeing right now, but our shells and artillery are putting a pretty good hurting on these guys. You can see all those fallen Soviets on the ground. And that didn't just happen by accident. That's good shooting by our men. We've got to keep it up. They're kind of exposed to us here on the edge of this hill coming down into the forest. Once they get into the forest, though, it's going to get a lot harder for us to spot these guys. So Schindler is now really spotting these guys. Let's take a look at Schindler's position. I think he needs to move forward a little bit. And at the same time, start targeting these guys ahead of him. Come on, Schindler. Feuersatz. Show them how a German fights. So we're actually going to go with an assault order with Schindler here. I don't think they have anything to take us out from what I can see. I could be wrong, but we're going to let him do his thing here. Boom! Beautiful! That's what I'm talking about. Let's kill the rest of these Soviet commanders before they even make it over to where our infantry is. Keep it up, Schindler. Reload. Keep firing. I want to see some machine gun fire, too. We didn't put that thing on the tank for nothing, although your gun is doing pretty damn well. Looks like there's some panic amongst the lines. I want to see where that panic's coming from. But for now, I just want to get him close enough to be getting some pretty regular hits here. I think that's good enough. I don't want to get too close, because if we get too close, we're not even going to be able to aim at the enemy. And what's he doing? No, Schindler, don't be afraid. You must go forward. And they're dropping some smoke, making it harder for Schindler to spot them. Maybe that's why he's moving back. I'm going to go ahead and re-attack. Keep on shooting. That's what I like to see. Boom! Oh, that is some effective shot. That's got to be some high explosive rounds there. Definitely effective against enemy infantry units. You can see they are taking cover, and that commander is bloodied and badly wounded. But let's see where the panic is coming from. I'm hoping it's coming from the enemy. And the enemy's already asking for a ceasefire. And sure enough, panic back here. Wow, I don't know what the hell happened, but it looks like one of our allies got hit, possibly by artillery. Completely destroyed this poor guy. So they're definitely taking shots back here, and I think I know now who's giving us that awesome artillery cover fire. It's got to be our allies over here with Lieb. We don't control Lieb, though. We merely fight alongside him, and I think this was definitely a good idea to have our men right there on the front. Once again, the enemy asking for a ceasefire. We're not going to give it to them, though. Not that easily. But they may be trying to run at this point. Alright, maybe it's up to our allies, because we're definitely not accepting that ceasefire by any means, by any stretch of the imagination, but I do see the ceasefire counting down. So it might be ending very soon here. And it is a draw. I don't know why our allies decided to give up so easily, or to accept the ceasefire. We could have held out for a lot longer there, but that is going to be the first mission of the campaign. 11 killed on our side, 12 wounded. Almost all of those would have to be our allies. 24 enemy killed, 12 wounded. Now we go back to the map and see what's coming up next, guys. But I hope you enjoyed that first episode. I hope the next ones are even better. Okay, so it looks like the next attack is going to be right there. It's mostly infantry. I'm guessing since the enemy had infantry initially, they might just have infantry now. We do have a martyr division, which might be able to make up part of this battle, but I'm assuming it's just going to be this town area of Staromogolitsky. And hopefully we can win. We could try to win extra points in this campaign and do a counterattack and take Lugansky, modern-day Luhansk. Those of you that know what's going on in Ukraine right now. But I'm not sure how it's going to work. So how can we have a guy named Marx? We're the Germans. Nonetheless, it is a common German name. So we're going to go ahead and wait till the next battle. We hopefully will be a beautiful one. And I hope you guys will keep supporting this campaign. So smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and of course share this video around so we can try to get it out to as many people as possible. Dankeschön, my friends. Take care and have an awesome day.